In this video, we're talking horror comics so rare, so ghostly, you might never find them. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Paper Chase channel. I love videos that involve rare books and horror. I'm going to share some with you guys today. See if you got them. If you're not, see if you can find them. These are truly ghostly. Every year around this time, I get things ready for a big old horror submission of the most high grade or rare horror comics and magazines that I have to get submitted into CGC. With all the problems that they're having right now. Hopefully they get those fixed before this submission. But in doing this, I looked at some of the stuff I was about to submit and, trying to do a little bit more research, seeing what's come to the market since I've acquired some of these books. And it looks like some of these really are kind of hard to get some information on. Maybe some of the people that actually watch this video can do some extra research, see if you can shed any light on the actual availabilities of this comic. I can't verify print runs on any of these things, so please keep that in mind. And I'm not telling you to go buy these things. I'm just sharing this information with you. Of course, just a reminder to you guys, if you do want to support the channel, hit the like button, and let's get on with the show. So, first thing I'm going to share with you guys is this mail call. I actually got a book in today, and this is a pretty rare horror comic book. Werewolf by Night, issue number 12. This is an amazing John Romita cover, and it's probably the best cover in the Werewolf by Night series. Now, I know what you're probably saying, John, this is not a rare horror comic. What are you talking about? Well, this particular issue just happens to be a double cover. I saw this online on eBay, and looking at the condition with the inner cover, hopefully it can get in the 9s. So I thought I would share this nice quick little mail call. Now, getting on to some other ones. Apparently, this is limited. Keep in mind, this is all apparently.
Because apparently you're spinning around, and apparently every time you get dizzy.
Limit to 1,000. This is 5-color comics, issue number 1. So this is an incredible Bruce Timm cover, channeling his pre-code horror inspirations. I think it's got to be one of his best covers. A couple of writers did the different stories on the interiors. Eric Warfield and Paul Grimshaw has 5 different stories. The interior art is amazing as well, and the stories are very indicative of the old pre-code horror age. Really cool. So recently a 9.8 sold of this, and I think it's the only 9.8 on the census, if I remember correctly. Sold for, I think, $1,500. And there were a couple of sellers on eBay that I think had some back stock of this, and he was selling a lot of his issues. Now, there were high sales before the CGC 9.8 sale, and then there were high sales that continued after. So, of course, I'm trying to watch out to see, like is this shill bidding? And these are things that you always want to try to keep in mind. Look at multiple points of sales when trying to decipher if a comic is rare or not. There's not too many on eBay currently. And none of these books that I'm showing you today are going to be for sale either. These are my personal collection books. This is what I love in the hobby, and so I do not plan on selling this. 2 more books to share with you guys. The next one I have not seen any sales for, ever. And I think it's because this was actually made by a prop company on Etsy. And this is so cool. Tales from Space, issue number 8. I'm going to give you, let's see if the real fans know in the comment section. Comment below if you got it correct. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to guess where this comic book is from. 5, 4, 3, 2.
That ain't no airplane. Look.
Back to the Future. It actually does contain a story on the inside. So the interior, the guts of this, is a reprint of Secrets of Sinister House, I believe. I can't think of the issue number off the top of my head, but I will post it on the screen. That is the story that's in the guts of this. But then the exterior is 100% down to the size of it. Movie accurate to what that prop was. This thing is one of my favorite comics in my collection for sure. And the fact that this was made by a prop company and not really meant for mass distribution. This is kind of a deep cut. I would say lends to its rarity, that this is truly a pretty rare book. Can you still get them? I don't know. Go on Etsy and check. You might still be able to get these. How many of these this person's planning on printing? Don't know. And then the final book I want to talk about. This might be the most rare McFarlane homage cover on the market. This here is Gore Noir number 16, the Nightmare on Elm Street Spider-1 homage variant. This was published by a company called Gore Noir, and they do horror magazines. And on the inside of this has a lot of cool interviews and art pieces from a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, multiple movies across the entire franchise. Now, the cover art on this is actually done by a gentleman apparently named StephenStrang. I've heard that one before. Keep in mind, this is a reversible slipcover. So this right here, this is my favorite look inside, but you can flip it inside out and it looks like this, and it's actually a scratch and sniff, which is very weird. I did not do that. Did not do that. Now about the sniff, I don't care to know what Freddy's crotch smells like. From what I gathered on the site, from where this comic book came from, was that the Gore Noir magazine in its regular form was printed for some time, but then they did a special edition printing with the McFarlane homage slipcover on it for a very limited amount. And according to this site, but hold on, it gets way more confusing because this book was published actually in 2021. I've had the book for over a year, yet on the Gore Noir Instagram page, there is evidence of them campaigning to try to still get this book off the ground. But if you go to the top of the Instagram page, you can actually see a story in 2020 of them saying that they don't have enough backers to get this thing going, and the copy that I have is not hand numbered or signed. There was only one sale, and I think it was for, I can't remember if it was a raw copy or a graded copy, but it sold for a good bit, and I was like, oh, well, they're all gone. You know, this is so ghostly and rare. I actually went to the site, and they actually had some left. And so I bought one, and now years later, I've gone back to the site, and now there's none left. So there's none on eBay. There's no sales on eBay other than that one, and I can't go back that far on eBay to find out what that sale was. As far as the census goes for CGC, there's only one graded, and it's a 9.4. So I say to all of you comic detectives out there, if you really, truly want to know, is this as rare as we think it is? Well, see if you can dig something up. Comment below or message me on Instagram and let me know what you found. I love it. I think it's an amazing cover. I don't like homage covers typically when they're done as a pure gimmick, when there's no creativity behind it or it doesn't feel deserved, and it's just a way to almost just kind of print money for people that are just addicted to a certain homage cover or collect a certain homage cover. I think this is just so freaking creative. And Freddy is my all-time favorite horror icon. And you combine that with one of the most iconic comic covers in history, I mean, I'm there all day. So I'm lucky that I found this still available on the site when I did. And now we don't know. But how fucking cool. So that'll do it for this one, guys. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on the next page.